about Spider-Man suits, half of y'all not gonna like. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man had a terrible first suit, and we can agree to that. You know what happens right after? Course correction, because they made a classic suit like they should have did in the first place. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, his suit rarely changes. It only changes a little bit until he gets his black suit. But he always stayed with the classic red and blue. Tom Holland's Spider-Man gets a new suit. Kind of too much going on, right? Then he gets the black and red, which still has those dumb design choices, but okay. And then we get to the classic suit because that's the suit that everybody wants. Every time we had one of these suits, everybody lost their minds because they like, oh my god, it looks so classic. It's the amazing suit. It's coming right out of the comic. Clearly, everybody wants these because we get right back to these after going through all the terrible suits. And I get it. Some of y'all like modern changes. But we end up right back at the same place, don't we? Isn't that something?
How many times do we have to say this? Comic accuracy isn't everything. Now hear me out. Before I start ranting in this video or criticizing or talk about anything, I want to make it very clear. I am not hating on this dude, and I don't want anybody, if you think like that I'm hating on this dude or anything, like I'm not hating at all. All I'm going to do is I use his video in the intro because it's kind of something that I want to talk about. I made a video about it like a few maybe weeks ago, talking about why comic accuracy isn't everything. But I guess I have to talk about it again because I keep seeing it on my feed, a whole bunch of comic purists, people who talk about this and who say everything needs to be one-to-one comic accuracy. I can't tell you how infuriating it gets sometimes seeing something get called bad or something that isn't accurate to the source material, but it's still good objectively, constantly being criticized because it's like, oh, they got this wrong, or they got this right, or they didn't get this right, or they didn't adapt this, or whatever. I feel like I have said this many times in some of my uploads. I'm a comic book fan too, bro. I love these stories and I love these characters, and I love when stuff gets adapted accurately. Me being a fan and sitting in the movie theater and seeing my favorite character show up in a costume that I know a lot about, or seeing something about a character that I've read and most casual audiences or whatever don't know, and me, I'm sitting there cheesing and I'm like, damn, they adapted it and I know this, you know. It's cool. It's a cool feeling, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm sick and tired of people acting like the comics are this perfect fountain that could do no wrong and that everything needs to be adapted accurately. In a lot of now, I'm gonna take Spider-Man as the example because he's a character that I know a lot about his comic book history and just overall. A lot of modern Spider-Man stuff in the comic books, I love Joe Kelly, his run so far, but they've not been good. And when people keep saying, well, this is technically, you know, we're talking about costumes here, right? We're not talking about story-wise or Peter Parker, like, characterization issues, because we've probably always had those issues since, like, the 2000s, 2005 or something. But when it comes to comic accurate suits and people constantly complaining about they want every single Spider-Man adaptation to just have a classic one-to-one replica damn suit with minor changes such as maybe changing the logo, the lenses, the web pattern, or just the colors. I'm somebody who has to strongly disagree with that, bro. And before anybody comes and gives me hate, I want to make it clear again. I'm not against comic accuracy, and I'm not sharing hate to any comic purists who read comic books and just want stuff to be replicated one-to-one. I'm just giving my opinion on it today, and I'm just want to make it clear that in recent years, I love the classic Spider-Man suit, but the way how I've seen some people talk about and preach how it's, you know, this perfect stuff, it is perfect. It's a timeless, amazing design that will probably never change. It doesn't matter if Peter gets a new costume in the comic books right now with the Technarch suit. We all know eventually he'll return back to his classic roots, and that's why I love the classic suit. It's timeless, a timeless masterpiece. But I'm open to new ideas. A lot of the Spider-Man redesigns, if every single adaptation or interpretation of Spider-Man in comics, TV shows, games, whatever really, would just adapt his suit literally one-to-one while changing stuff, very minor changes, like I said, I'm sure it would get stale real quick. One of the things that's awesome about seeing a new adaptation of Spider-Man is seeing how they try to adapt stuff from the comic books but they still do their own thing. I can't imagine Insomniac Spider-Man suit where it, like, the Insomniac Spider-Man suit, it is one of the best recent or whatever modern adaptation slash versions of the Spider-Man classic suit mythos and everything, and it's so iconic. The 1.0 suit is classic. I love that suit. Same thing with the Advanced 2.0 suit. And when it comes to Miles, it's like in Spider-Verse, Miles' suit it's pretty much just Peter Parker's suit, but Miles spray paints over it and makes it his own, which is one of my favorite scenes and just aspects of the movie. Seeing Miles become his own Spider-Man, and with his own characterization, such as him being an artist and putting that into his Spider-Man design. His suit isn't accurate to the comic books at all, but it works. It's great. So I'm sick and tired of people having this idea that everything needs to be classic or return to the classic form. I love the classic suit and I love it. It's timeless. But we can be open to new ideas. In recent Spider-Man years, or in the recent years for Spider-Man media, we've had some of the best, depending on what your depiction is or what you like or what you don't like, we've had some of the best characterizations and overall suit designs, especially for Spider-Man. Not so much in the comic books, but we'll have a conversation about that another time. But when it comes, we have the Far From Home suit, which is an amazing, like, new Spider-Man redesign. I love that suit. Like I said, you have the Spider-Man PS4 games with Insomniac's version 1 suit and the Advanced version 2 suit. You have Miles, his Into the Spider-Verse suit. You have his Across the Spider-Verse suit. Like, there's so many good designs. Anyways, that's all I have for today, and thank you all for watching. Again, no hate to anybody who's a comic purist or if you're passionate about comic books. Nothing but love on this channel. I appreciate you all for making it to the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and peace.
Accused of shooting 3 little white women with a Winchester rifle from about 50 yards away. See, now he thought he was gonna get off with that old "I'm blind" excuse. But oh boy, he had another thing coming.
The jury will now go off and deliberate on...
Guilty! That is guilty!
Sir, settle down. You have to go deliberate.
I don't need to deliberate. Hang that now! I got the rope right here.